places that I've never been. Seeing.
We decided to stay at the Cania Gorge Caravan and Tourist Park, situated right in the heart of the gorge. Set amongst a peaceful, rural setting, it's the perfect place to pull up the RV for a while. Whether you're camping on a budget or looking for a luxury bush getaway, this park has it all. Abundant with native wildlife and birds, you can be at one with nature right here. A huge variety of accommodation options catering to all budgets and family sizes. You really are spoilt for choice with unpowered and powered sites right through to a selection of quality cabins and luxury hillside villas. With modern amenities and 2 huge camp kitchens, there's no shortage of things to do, from tennis, jumping pillows for the kids, and not 1, not 2, but 3 swimming pools. It even has a 9-hole golf course. There's also bird feedings every afternoon, wine tastings to bushwalks on your very doorstep. You'll never be bored here. Not to mention the famous camp oven dinners and wood-fired pizzas available on certain nights. There's also a brand new events room available. It's equipped to facilitate all your corporate or family events, such as courses, reunions, and even weddings. When staying at the park, there's a few points of interest that you must check out. And one of those things is the Clark Bartlett Hut, right here on the Caravan Park grounds. Wow, so this is the famous Bartlett's Hut.
This is the famous Clark Bartlett. He came out here as a young lad with his wife Ivy. He panned for gold, he did mail runs, shot dingoes. As you'll see around here, all the different photos of different things that he's done. He's noted in Monto in this district as the man who brought tourism to Cania Gorge. He would spend hours just taking the tourists for walks around the various walks that he knew and had, and he knew the gorge very well. Taught him how to pan for gold. He had a garden right up on top of the escarpment up there, and he'd go up there in his bare feet every day and water his garden and look after it. And yeah, he's just a bit of a local hero as far as his love for Cania Gorge.
And this was his actual home. He raised his children here.
This was his home. It was bought up from his site just down the road a bit by the children and some of the people from Monto. He raised 6 children in this place with his wife, and this is exactly what it was like.
When at Cania Gorge, one must check out the dam for a spot of fishing. And today I'm heading out on the water with 2 very keen anglers, an adorable couple, husband and wife team, Brian and Judy Wynnum, who are hopefully going to show me the best spots to snag a fish. Where are you taking me?
Well, we're going out in the front of the dam in what's called the main basin, and we're going to fish in about 20 metres of water. And hopefully we'll catch either a bass or a yellow belly, because it's a good area to catch them in.
All right.
And all we need to do is get out here and throw a line in and see how we go.
Oh, fantastic. And you've got a hat for me as well, haven't you? Because I can't fish without my hat. Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Yes.
This is compliments of the management of Cania Caravan Park. You've got to look the part, so there it is, your official Cania fishing hat. And a fishing hat always brings good luck to newcomers.
Pink, my favourite colour. All right, let's go fishing.
Let's go fishing.
Okay. Full for the first time in 28 very long years, Cania Dam is stocked with golden perch, silver perch and Australian bass up to 3 kilograms. But its real draw card is the Saratoga. Initially stocked with only 200, the toga have bred to a population where they are quite easily targeted and caught, making Cania a rival to the likes of Barumba Dam on Queensland's Sunshine Coast.
I think particularly that Cania Dam is probably, from a bass fishing point of view, the best in the southeast Queensland area.
Is that so?
I find myself, other people might have different opinions, but for myself, yes, I catch good fish here. And since it's filled up, the fish are a little harder to find because of the area we've got the fish, but it's still a top fishing spot. Yeah. And Saratoga, which is an exotic fish, there's some good Saratoga. We catch some beautiful Saratoga.
I keep reading the words highly prized before I read the word Saratoga.
Yeah.
So, and they're commonly known as just toga, is that right?
Yep.
Just toga.
Yeah.
So why? What is it about this?
Well, they're a very primitive fish. They date back to the same era as crocodiles, actually. And apart from that, they're beautifully coloured, and they do a lovely dance on the surface when you catch them. They leap in the air and
Oh, do they?
aerobatics are quite.
What's the chance of us catching a toga today?
Cast and retrieving very quietly into still areas.
Yep.
Saratoga, you'll probably never get one. Not likely to catch one trolling.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you need to be. You got to specialise when you're Saratoga fishing. So it's very, very quiet fishing.
Now, being a keen fisherwoman myself, I am delighted to have found a female angling companion that shares as much enthusiasm for the craft as I do. You look the part. You just look absolutely perfect. All dressed, all colour coordinated in red. I love it.
That was accidental.
Was it? Now, what are you doing here? What are you doing on this side of the boat?
I always try and outfish Brian, so I'm just doing a different tactic and doing a bit of casting and retrieving like so. You get that out there and then you wind it in, and because the water looks so flat and calm, I'm thinking there might be a Saratoga out there, hopefully.
Okay. I saw Brian roll his eyes then when you said that you tend to try and want to outdo him. Does that happen often? I imagine it does.
Well, if we do the count up of all the bass we've caught over the couple of years we've been bass fishing, I reckon I've caught more than him.
Are you serious? Oh, good girl. Good girl. With the postcard surroundings of sheer sandstone escarpments and cliff faces, it's so easy to let the mind wander and forget the task at hand. And even though the fish aren't biting today, I don't mind, as the scenery and serenity are well worth it. It has been a great day, great company, great fishing. I reckon we take this baby for a spin. What do you reckon?
What a great idea. Yeah.
And I've just asked Brian and Judy whether they'd sign my adoption papers. Sorry, Mum and Dad. I'm moving to Cania Gorge.
Good place, good place.
I've got enough kids.
A further 1 kilometre south of Lake Cania is former Shamrock gold mine site, where you can take a self-guided walk with information about life on the Cania goldfields. We're only about 10 minutes away from the park, and Peter's been our gracious host and kind enough to show me a bit of history here about a gentleman by the name of Paddy. Of course he was Irish, and Paddy's Gully was the original name of this mine and was the first for Cania Gold. But then it went on to be others. But this is it, Pete. This is the story of Paddy.
This is the story of Paddy's Gully and Paddy's mining. The whole area was mined in days gone by in the late 1800s. The Walter brothers taking over the Shamrock mine here in the 1950s, and they mined it out here for quite a few years, reasonably successful. I think water beat a lot of them. Like our bores are only 15 metres deep, so once they get down a bit, it doesn't take long to start filling with water.
Right.
But fairly successful, I believe. But then, as you see on the little plaque, a very minimal amount of gold for a massive amount of rock.
The work, I mean, I think it was 135 tonnes of stone rock that had to be crushed to yield about 4.3 kilos of gold or something. And this thing here, this was a stamper, right?
This is a small stamper, yes.
So,
here, and then down the bottom of the hill they had another big stamper operating down there, and he contracted throughout the whole of this area. So you'd bring your gold along, your rock along to him, and he'd crush it. Up here they had a flying fox that took a lot of this stone down to him down the bottom. So yeah, it's pretty. There was a lot of people here.
It looks antiquated, but effective for them.
Effective, yes.
It really is incredible to see the enormous effort that goes into running this caravan park. So we decided to help out in preparation of tonight's camp dinner.
So while Peter is busy helping out in the kitchen, I caught up with Peter to find out about this beautiful wood-fired oven, which I'm told makes the best pizzas you'll ever taste.
That's the oven.
Whoa.
It's running at about 330 degrees at the moment.
So there's the gauge up there.
Okay, so that's a box there, surrounded by fire bricks. The fire goes in there, it's drawn over an arch to the bottom of the chimney, which is here. This is the flue, so it opens and closes. But to keep it working, you've got to have that opened. If you want to shut your oven down, you close that.
Okay.
So the chimney's back under there, so the heat comes over the top of the bricks and up. Cooks off reflective heat. So that's why we start this fire to start cooking about 5 o'clock. We'll get it going about midday.
Okay, time to get the pizzas on.
thank you for making me the perfect cup of tea.
You are most welcome.
I'm a
There's
happy girl.
Nothing like a nice brew by the
You're a
fire
good
at
man.
the
You're
end
a
of the
good
day.
man.
Well, mate, you know, all that effort on the kneading and the bread and the tamper and then the preparation of the pizza, it's the least I could do.
Next week on the Caravan and Camping Show, we're coming to you from the South Burnett region.
We're going to be sampling some fantastic Queensland wines.
And I'm going fishing on the BP Dam with a local expert. Very excited about that.
And we're also going to be meeting the brains behind the famous Kangaroo peanuts. See you then. All righty.
Let's go and have a dance.
I'd love to do that. That's going to be on. Just one thing, though, before we go quickly. My turn for a joke. What's got 5 legs, extremely hairy, big fangs, and is a very ugly son of a gun? Huh? No, seriously.
I can think of a few things. I've got no idea.
No idea?
I've got no idea.
Neither do I.
No.
But it just crawled on your shoulder.
Oh, you bugger! Oh, don't do that to me.
This show was brought to you by Telvor Motorhomes, ARB 4x4 accessories, and proudly supported by Caravan in Queensland.